In the late 70s, Jim Davis created Garfield. Originally, he planned to be a farmer, but then his rich uncle, who was a businessman, talked him into being a businessman like himself. How, you may ask? By marketing this cartoon cat Jim had started drawing when he was a kid. So Jim went to Ball State University, got a degree in businessing, and in 1978 began drawing the comic strip Garfield. But there was a catch. Jim fooled everyone into believing that Garfield was actually funny, and that the reason why it spawned so much merchandise was because of how successful it was. When the truth was that Garfield's success was planned before the first strip was even published. Jim lied his way to the top. He pulled a money-making scheme, and only people like Charles Stutz, or whatever his name is, and Bill Watterson knew about it. The rest of the world was fooled by his lie and believed Garfield was the funniest comic strip character of all time. When the sad truth was, he was a merchandising tool and nothing more. Though Jim tried to cover this up by having jokes in the strip. Jokes that weren't very funny on account Jim didn't know what good humor was. The writer of Garfield and Friends, Mark Aberner, knew what good humor was and actually decided to make Garfield funny rather than just a merchandising tool. Which is why the show is beloved to this day. When Lorenzo Musa died, that's when Jim Davis went crazy with the merchandise to the point where he stopped drawing the strip and had other people draw it for him. People who put no effort or heart into it at all. But I'm sure Jim requested that they didn't, so that it would sell lots and lots of merchandise. Because apparently, the blander and more lifeless something is, the better it sells. Seriously, what the fuck, Jim Davis? What the fuck? Why, Jim? Why'd you do this? Why couldn't you have actually made Garfield funny? Why couldn't you have actually gotten a degree in cartooning and learned good humor? That way, Garfield would have been successful for the right reason. You could have had merchandise of it if you wanted. But no, you didn't care about humor or art or good writing or good morals or any of that stuff. All you care about was money, which you didn't deserve and still don't. You don't deserve to make a dime. Poor Lorenzo Musa died in vain. He died for nothing. His legacy means nothing. His most famous role was a merchandising tool. That makes me sick. He was devoted to the role of Garfield. He voiced Garfield until the day he died. Turns out it was all for nothing. The role he was devoted to until he died was nothing more than a merchandising tool. A ploy to sell merchandise. Fuck you, Jim Davis. Fuck you. All this is completely unfair. It's unfair to the fans. It's unfair to the late Lorenzo Musa. And it's unfair to Heathcliff and Nermal. It's unfair to Heathcliff because he was the original fat orange cat in the funnies, who got his spotlight taken away from him by some merchandising tool. And it's unfair to poor Nermal, who was unfairly hated by the fans so that they would side with Garfield. So they would buy Garfield's merchandise, which would make Jim Davis filthy rich. Which isn't their fault. They were lied to and deceived by Jim Davis. He's behind the whole thing. He's a crook, a con artist, a liar, and a deceiver. Jim Davis didn't earn his wealth fair and square. It was just given to him by lying and deceiving the whole world. The lesson he teaches is that you don't have to work hard or be honest to be successful in life. You can lie and cheat to be successful. Go to hell, Jim Davis.